Mesquite Police Department goes through many hours of training, and that includes crisis intervention. Today I have Lieutenant Biggs to discuss that training.
Officers initially receive 40 hours of training in dealing with mental health consumers as part of our basic police academy. We also offer that class as a standalone class for like veteran officers that have maybe started an academy later on.
But also, what is involved in this training?
The initial training is 40 hours. It's a 5-day class. That includes classroom and role-playing scenarios. The class is pretty in-depth, especially the role-playing scenarios. We get involved in a lot of different concepts and a lot of different things that they might encounter while they're actually on the street, because mental illness manifests itself in many different ways.
If I'm a citizen, observing something that is going on and that pertains to this, what would it look like?
It's kind of difficult to answer because mental illness takes many different forms. Each person that we deal with may act or react in different ways. Some are violent, some are depressed, quiet. A lot of times they don't respond to verbal commands. There seems to be a lack of coherence. Maybe they're talking to themselves. As far as a citizen, the best course of action, if a citizen observes an interaction taking place with a law enforcement officer, is just stay away from the scene. None of us truly knows what or who could make a situation escalate into a use of force situation. So in that case, just avoid it and let the police handle it.
After situations like this happen, how do police officers deal with making sure that this person is taken to the right facility, or making sure that they're just okay?
We have different avenues that we can help. If there's reason for us, we can do what's called an APAL, which is emergency apprehension without warrant, where we take custody of the person and transport them to a local psychiatric facility. Or there's times where maybe it doesn't rise to that level of need, but we can maybe talk and get voluntary compliance where they voluntarily go to commit themselves to a location for help. So there's different ways of maybe getting them help depending on the level of severity of their mental issues.
And what is the ultimate goal of police officers receiving this training?
The ultimate goal in officers taking this training is to allow officers to obtain assistance for the person who is in crisis while maintaining the peace and trying to keep everyone around as safe as possible. And if I can expand on that, the ultimate goal is for us is not to diagnose or treat a person's mental illness at the time of the contact. Our top priority is try to diffuse and stabilize the situation at hand and try to get the person to a state of mind where they can function, reason with us, and where we can maybe gain some voluntary compliance. Again, our ultimate goal is to get that person that is in crisis the medical assistance and the help that they need.
Thank you, Lieutenant Biggs, for joining me today, and thank you for watching the Mesquite Minute.